a wonderful letter from one husband who wrote and thanked me last year for a very strange thing. He thanked me for being able to get to know his children. He said, you know, I usually came home from work and we hugged the kids and sent them to bed, and that was it. And he said, I really didn't know my own children. But when she became a consultant and later a director, he stayed a lot with them and got to know them well. And it's a treasure that he had missed. So thank you, husbands, from the bottom of our hearts for being here and for supporting your beautiful wives. We know from long experience the part that you play in your wife's success, and we know absolutely that it is important that you give her that little kiss on the cheek and that pat on the back. High up, don't forget.
Well, on my very, very first Top Directors trip, we went to Switzerland, and Mary Kay was on that trip with us. And when Brian and I walked out of our room, she was in front of us. In fact, she walked out of her room with another director across the hall from her, and they were walking down the hallway, and they were very intentional with each other, looking into her eyes. So Brian and I kind of held back a little ways while their conversation was going on, and Mary Kay just kind of motioned with her hand for us to come on up. So we came on up, and we were just kind of right in back of them, and she squeezed the other woman's hands, and they had ended their conversation, and then she turned around and she grabbed Brian's tie. And when she grabbed his tie, she pulled his face down to her face, and she looked into his eyes, and she said, now you treat her good, because she's the best investment you will ever make. And my husband said, Mary Kay, I will, and I do, and I promise. And what I learned from watching her with that was not only was she including us in the conversation, she was bringing us into it, but she had one of the best senses of humor that I think people don't always realize about her. She would cause us to laugh in tense moments.
Oh, Melanie, that just almost makes me want to cry. I love that.
I hadn't actually seen that one before, so I thought that one was kind of fun. So, and it's still playing on my screen, so hang on, I got to stop it. Okay, well, welcome everyone, and let me see where I am here. Welcome. Who would love to win $5,000?
Me.
Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to show you one more video, so bear with me, and you can find out a little bit about that. So let's do that. Let's see, make sure all the things are checked. And let's see.
Get ready to unleash your confidence, define beauty on your terms, and embrace the strength that makes you unapologetically you with the Mary Kay Makeover Contest. From July 15th through August 31st, 2025, you and your independent beauty consultant can win epic prizes. 5 lucky winners and their independent beauty consultants will receive a $5,000 Visa gift card, an assortment of Mary Kay products valued at $500. Entering is easy. Select one of the 6 Mary Kay makeup artist looks. Connect with your independent beauty consultant to recreate it. Upload a photo of your new look to the contest website and include a caption with the name of the makeup artist look you selected and why it makes you feel confident. So, whether your glam game is fearlessly trendy, classically chic, or naturally radiant, now's the time to express your one-of-a-kind style with a look that makes you feel pretty powerful. Your confidence is calling. Answer today with Mary Kay.
Oh my gosh, that was so exciting.
I know. I love it when they do these because I love calling people and saying, guess what? You have an opportunity to win $5,000. All we need to do is get together. Also, I'm kind of excited about this one because they're telling us what colors to use. I mean, they're giving us, it's not going to be, because I've seen some interesting makeovers, just putting it that way. So I'm excited about that. What do you guys think?
So before we jump into recognition, Melanie, since you're on the topic, if you guys go into boards, we added a new folder today and it's called Makeover Contest. It's right here in boards. And when you click on it, it'll show you not only there's two different teaser flyers. Melanie, do you mind if I share this real quick?
No, absolutely. Go for
Okay,
it.
so there's two teaser flyers. One just says on here, get entered to win, and it gives them the dates, July 15th, August 31st, which I kind of almost don't want to show them the August 31st thing. It says in person via Zoom, RSVP to your beauty consultant, blah, 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 how to enter. And then it says epic prizes await. So it's a great little teaser thing. If you don't want to use that one, though, we have a couple other options. We have this one that shows all the looks. Now, if you'll notice from the women on there, almost all of them are kind of a no makeup look. They're all really, really natural. And so you could literally post this on your Facebook page, private page, and say, my goal is to have at least 5 models from each look. What look do you want to do? And get them to text you back just for engagement. Oh, I want to do the mauve look, or I want to do the island look, or the champagne shimmer, whatever. You could also use as a teaser this kind of a thing, which shows them, would you do berry or cinnamon? And then the very next day, you could post this and say, do you want to do mauve or golden? And you could even have one of these looks on. Look at the mauve look, you guys. It's literally pale cheek color, pale eye color, a brown liner. And I mean, like this is pretty easy. The golden hour, again, so is this one. Super light. Do you guys see how these are all, even if the lips are dark, the eye looks are very, very light. Here's champagne shimmer. Island breeze is one color. Gang, like for those of you who are saying, well, I don't know very much about makeup application, guys, it's one color. You don't need, so this is going to make it super fun. And then this is the flyer that I personally like. It says get entered to win, but then it says hostess freebies. Receive one free glam item when you host a makeover session with 2 friends. So you give her a one free glam item. It could be the eyeliner. So this is her hostess gift, you guys. She gets a free mascara. She gets a free lipstick, one glam item. Now, if she has 3 or more friends, that's if she has 2. But you know how women are. If she has 3 or more friends to make it a glam party of 6 total, she receives also the brush set for free. Okay, gang, if she's going to have 5 of her friends, I don't know about you, but I am more than happy to give her a glam item and a brush set. Because guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to suggest that she join Mary Kay. Because anybody who's going to get excited and pull 5 of her friends together, and then down here, of course, it shows the $5. You don't have to use this. You can make your own flyer, but somebody else already made this, so I'm using this. And then there's one more that just shows the gift card, which looks like this. I love this one that says get entered to win a $5,000 Visa gift card. Now, I went to my private VIP page and also a women's networking group, and I said, I am determined for someone in Contra Costa County to win this. Why not you? Because I would literally die to have somebody in our county actually, and I don't even live in Contra Costa County anymore, but anyway, somebody local to win this. So I love this flyer. And what you could do if you have got a VIP page is do one of these looks every day. Literally take this sheet, do cinnamon, say, here's cinnamon, see you tomorrow. Here's berry, see you tomorrow. The next day, here's mauve. You guys, look at these looks. And those of you who are saying you're not you're not talented with makeup, 2 of them have one eye color. Like you kind of can't goof that up.
Love that
Right?
too, because our ones who are all natural people, they can use one of those.
It's funny you should say that, Lori, because I reached out to one of my new team members. She's light bronze skin, and she says, "Well, Diane, I don't do makeup." And
Right.
I said, "Well, can I show you the looks?" And she said, "Sure." So I texted her this, and I said, "What about island or mauve?" She says, "Well, I don't think the mauve will show up on me." She goes, "But I could probably do the golden or the island." I said, "Yeah, which one do you want to do?" Because they literally 2 colors and 1 color, like super simple, super easy. Now, what I love about that also is that I think it makes the judging fairer, to be honest with you, because everyone, it's not like the last makeup look where some gals were really all in natural and other ones had a full blown everything. So I think it's great that the company did that. Anybody want to give us any input on the makeover contest? Who wants to win? Like, who wants to win a $5,000 Visa gift card? Okay, Carrie
Yeah.
said she does. I do. Lori does. Some of you guys are going, me, pick me.
I'm
So
super excited about it. I put the this or that on my Facebook
Oh,
group,
I love that.
and I just put a thing. It's like, oh, it's contest time again. who want, you could win up to 5,000. I can't remember what exactly I worded it, but then I said, just for fun, we get to pick one of these 6 makeup looks. Which ones do you like? And I'm just doing it to get comments. So people are doing, I even put my this or that on which ones I like best, because more comments means more people will see it.
Exactly.
And, so I'm I just put it in there for people to comment. And then like someone would pick something, like one of my friends has green eyes and she picked a look and I said, with your green eyes, this look would be really awesome on you. And actually I pointed her towards the other one. I think she didn't like it because it had a dark lip color, but I said, we could tweak the lip color a little bit.
Now, one thing, and I know Carrie McCurdy's got small compacts because not everyone has those in their inventory, but some of you are thinking, well, how in the world am I going to demo this? So you're going to look at the cheek colors and you might have to literally break open all 6 of these cheek colors. Again, you can always use them on you when you're done, but I don't know if any of these are duplicate colors. I apologize. I think 2 of them are duplicate colors. So it'd be 5 cheek colors, but some of the eyeshadows overlap. And then for the lipsticks, you don't have to break those open. The lips, we do actually sell the dots of the lipsticks or lip glosses. And so that's not going to be a big deal, but you could literally put these either in a palette or in a compact. And you could do the cinnamon in one compact. You could do the berry in another compact. This island could be in the little tiny compact because it'll hold 1 blush and 1 eye color. And same thing with this one. The mauve one could be in 1 little tiny compact. The rest could be in the slightly bigger compact. But you guys, I will tell you, it'll be worth it to you to do that because guess what? They're going to buy their look, or they're going to say, well, I like this, but could you add 1 more darker color? I want to have an opportunity, so this could be great. And for you guys that are not in the non-makeup look is in, whether you like the non-makeup look or not, at this point doesn't matter. That's what the company is going for because that's what's on trend. So anyway, I'm excited and so one of the things I'm going to do is say, well, I'm looking for 5 people. I'm looking for 5 people per color group. So I need 5 people to pick berry, 5 people to pick golden, because if I do 5 and there's 6 looks, that's 30 faces. So, and if you're getting everybody picking the same look, which I don't think is going to happen, then you can always go, I'm looking for 2 people who want to do one of these 2 looks. Who can I borrow or, whatever. I love that flyer though with the hostess specials because gang, if they're going to bring you people, so some of you have said to me, Diane, I need leads. Then use that flyer because they're going to bring you people because they want stuff. Who everybody wants stuff for free. So it'll work out great. Okay, Melanie, am I finishing recognition or are you?
You're here on my screen. I don't know where you are.
Okay, so in the chat section, we want to celebrate you. So here's what I want you to put in the chat. Your sales for the week. So since last Tuesday, how much have you sold before discounts? Put in your sales. Put in how many new faces. Did you do any new faces since last week? Type away 2 faces, 5 faces, whatever you did. Also, did you promote yourself in June? We want to know everybody who gave themselves a promotion, which means you added at least 1 team member in June. So Lisa Shreve is a brand new senior consultant in June, added her first team member. Pa went from 0 to 5 in 1 month. So, so anybody who added to their team, you definitely want to put that. How do I mute Jermaine? I'm trying to see here on here.
Got her.
Okay, thank you for that, babe. Anyway, so promoting yourself, and then we want to know booking. So we want to know your sales, any new faces, and what do you have booked for the next 2 weeks. So between now and let's just say between now and July 31st. We'll just go to the end of the month. What do you have booked between now and July 31st? So we're dying to see. So far we've got a $350 week with Carrie McCurdy, and we can recap these at the very end. So we'll acknowledge our top achievers. Does anybody, before we go on to events and stuff, does anybody want to share something that happened this last week that they're really excited or very proud of? We want to hear from you guys. So Connie had 4 faces on Janice's skincare class. Good for you, Connie. Connie, how did you invite them? Was that a phone call or a text?
Actually, it was women that I had recently met, and initially I gave them the sample with the charcoal mask, and then I said, we do virtual and in-person pampering sessions, and then that's one of the reasons I was asking you ahead of time, when is this going to happen? So then I immediately texted them and said, hey, we are having one of the virtual pampering sessions on July 2nd. Would you like to be included? And so each of them said yes. And so one included her daughter. And so for one woman got home and her husband had just gotten home. So she only listened.
Okay. So of the 4 that we're on, how much of that sales of your $400 week came from that? Any of it?
Half of
Half of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, you guys, so she had $200 in sales by having 4 guests on. And I bet, Connie, with follow-up, you'll even get more from that.
Oh, yeah. With one of them, they didn't get a chance to use the charcoal mask during the session. And so when I talked to her about the product, she said that she and her daughter were excited about using the charcoal mask, and they were going to use it that evening. So when I was dropping off her product, I said, well, did you try the charcoal mask? Oh, yes, we loved it. And I said,
Good.
well, I happen to have the charcoal mask with me when I'm going to drop that off. Would you like it at half price?
See, it's all, you guys, it's all in the follow-up. I'm not kidding you. It's all in the follow-up. I saw in the comment section, Pa said she did 3 faces over the weekend. Pa, were those individual? Was it like 4th of July fireworks and then you've washed their face? How did you do 3 faces over the weekend? Because I know it was a holiday weekend for a lot of people, for all of us. So how did you do 3 faces over the weekend?
I had some unexpected guests that came to the house.
So they came for the 4th of July and you just said, sit down, I'm going to facial you?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, they haven't visited us for a while. They actually came on the day after July 4th. It was my husband's nieces and her daughters. They came to visit. They're like, we haven't seen you guys in a while. And then the mom was like, what are you doing? Because she saw me going through my inventory, and I was telling her about it, and I told her, say, hey, can I just do a facial on you guys real quick? And she's like, yeah. So I showed them so we did the Santa hands, Santa lips, and then we did the facials and the charcoal mask and everything, and they said they loved it. And they're from Stockton, so I told her, I said, you know what, well, when you get a chance, connect with me and we could get a party going on, or whenever you're available, and I'll come down there and do a facial for your friends or your
Nice.
coworkers.
So how old were her daughters?
Okay. Her daughter just turned 18,
Okay.
and then she has another one that's like in her early 20s.
Okay.
And
I think you might have a team member. I think you might have a team member in that group between the mom and the 2 daughters, because no family in the right mind wants to pay retail.
Yeah, I know.
So talk to me later. We'll talk about the follow-up with that, because that's super important. Anybody else have a success that happened since last week, last Tuesday, they want to brag about, or not? It's like when we step outside our comfort zone, sometimes it's like, woo. Congratulations, Connie, on getting 4 people on.
Thank you.
And you guys, I think when we say to people, can I borrow your face virtually? They're like, wait, what? And that's when I say, do you want more details? They go, they're just curious because they're confused. So that's how I invite my guests. I figure if I confuse them, then they want more details. All right. So Miss Lori, do you want to go over events with us?
Sure.
You guys keep typing in the chat any of the things I said. Sales, faces, if you got a promotion last month. And Pa, we're this close to doing your red jacket debut. So I'm assuming by next Tuesday, we'll be doing your red jacket debut. And then any bookings. So go ahead, Lori. Take it away.
Okay, so first off, well, thank you for being here tonight. Give yourself a round of applause. You're investing in yourself.
Yep.
Love your shoe, Carrie. Sorry. Oh, she's getting ready for a seminar. All right. So tomorrow, woohoo! Tomorrow is bronzers, and we'll have our darling staff. And Janice and I'm telling you, they have way too much fun. So,
well, they're different ages, which makes it fun too, because one's like 40 and the other one's 20 something. And so.
Right. So where is there they are. Join our makeup artist, Jackie and Amanda. You know what you can do with this is you can say, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We're having this bronzing tutorial thing. I mean, I'm sure that Diane, you have a better way to say it.
No, that's good. That's perfect. We're having a
If it
bronzing.
were me, I would say, oh my gosh. But in order for us to really get the most out of it, I need to do skincare. We need to do skincare first. So can you show up at my place or meet with me or whatever, like a half an hour, 45 minutes before? And then say, they always give away good prizes. So anyway, that's what I would do. But
That's
everybody,
actually really smart, Lori. So if you guys had 4 people at your house tomorrow night, you could do skincare at like 5:15, and then you could even say, I'm going to give away the brush to one of the people who come to my house. So if you have two come, they got a 50-50 chance. But if they each brought a friend, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like you could give them a little gift and then literally put it up on your TV or on your laptop and let them watch. Janice is going to do the talking with the 2 makeup artists. That's a great idea, Lori. And that comes in English and Espanol.
Espanol. Sí. And she's really fun to watch. Okay, and then the following day we have Deb Weir, who is a national sales director, and I just know she's a really good speaker. But do you know any more details, Diane?
I think her background was teaching, if I'm not mistaken. She is very outspoken. She's funny. She's witty.
She's darling.
She's a great speaker. If you just feel like you need a shot of protein or whatever, she's it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I would plug into these every single Thursday. They're just inspirational.
And can I
Okay,
say
and then Lori, do
something
you want
real
to talk
quick?
about next week?
Yes, but Melanie wants to say something first.
Oh,
Oh,
I just
sorry.
wanted to say, if you're curious about our nationals and what their background is, you can look it up on InTouch. And so I think I'm going to go do that with her just to find out for sure.
That's a great idea.
And you can actually search for them by past careers. So if you're looking for a national to match up with a customer or, a potential teammate. Anyway.
Used to. I don't know how to do it now, but anyways.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell us. Okay, then the following Wednesday, oh my goodness, Miranda Reigns. She's well, I think she's famous. She loves fashion. She's a former Miss somebody. What South?
I think it was Miss Tennessee or something. I'm not sure, but she was in Miss. She was in the Miss USA pageant
now. But she's so good. She melds color and fashion and Mary Kay color. I mean, she usually tells us, okay, so in the season coming up, you're going to want to stock such and such a lip color because that's what's going to go with what's going to. Usually, she does that, but she is all up on everything in español. So también español. And then Heidi Gelzer is also a national sales director. And Diane, do you know any more details about her?
No, I got to hear her today and I got to hear her yesterday speak because she was on the $10,000 director call and she was also on the director vision workshop yesterday. So no, she's strong in her faith, a ball of energy. She's got as much energy as Janice does, but she's a little bit more all over the place. Super high energy, super fun. Like she's funny, just a really, really neat lady. She did a great job training yesterday. So
fabulous. Okay.
now, before I let Lori go on, I do want to back up though and show you guys some live events. Can you guys see the screen or no? Can you see the live event? Can you see live events or no?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Does it say July 10th in front of you?
It does.
Yes.
Okay, good. So these are the live events that I have going. You're totally welcome to come to any of these. First one is at Gratitude Coffee, which is here in Concord. That is on July the 10th. I do need to know if you're planning on coming. I've rented out part of the Gratitude Coffee. So that's this week. Then the following week, which is Wednesday the 16th, I will be at the Artisan Market in Martinez. Again, you guys, in fact, Janine brought a guest. Janine, do you want to tell them what happened when you showed up with your bowling friend?
Oh yeah, she ended up buying a whole repair set plus I think we had a specials on the placemat.
Yeah.
So she bought a package of over 300 and something dollars.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so, and Janine, I said, Janine, where does she have 5 of her friends? So the fun thing about these, they're live, they're in person. We do satin hands, satin lips, skincare. Now, because of the makeup thing, if you want to do a makeover, you just need to let me know the day, at least the day before, so I can pull all the samples together. But if you've got someone who wants to come, that's why I put on here spa session or makeover. If you want to start getting people entered in the makeover contest, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to do spa stuff. So I'm not going to technically do CC cream and primer and all the colors, but if you want to do somebody, I just need to know. And then I'm going to Elk Grove twice. So I'll go Thursday, the 17th. We don't have a location yet, but hopefully we will in the next 24 hours. So again, I'll be in Elk Grove, which is between Stockton and Sacramento on July the 17th, which is Thursday. And again, on Monday, the 21st, also in Elk Grove. So if you guys have got anybody in any of those areas, and you might even text some of your customers and say, who do you know that lives near Elk Grove? And they might say, well, my sister-in-law does. Why? And say, oh my gosh, what is your sister-in-law doing next week? Can I borrow her face? So those are just local events.
Okay, so are we going to talk about our 3-section? Okay. So some of you may remember that we had a wonderful training by National Sales Director Karen Rydell. And she suggested, to help us get ourselves going for the new Mary Kay year, to get a 3-section notebook and to put in the first section people that you want to facial. So they're leads essentially. And so, of course, the directors decided we were going to sort of be in a competition with each other. Or I don't know. That's what I took. I don't know. Anyway, so
it's just good to have all your stuff in one place, you guys. So when you have that 15 minutes of booking, you don't spend 10 of the 15 minutes looking for your leads. So when you meet those ladies at the nail salon, you go home and you literally just write her name on here and her phone number.
Yeah. Now I will tell you that I'm so all over the place. I have to put people in my phone. They just go in my phone right away. And, I thought I would share this. If it helps anybody, fabulous. It's called, what is it called? It's called Recent Numbers. Okay. Where is it? All it is, it's light blue with a hashtag. It's called Recent Numbers. Now, this is great because whenever I get new leads, I'm sorry, I skip the paper. They go right into my phone and I let them put it. So if they want to put a wrong number, anyway, but I usually, if they put in their number, I'll just say, oh, okay, I'll text you right now. This is me. Anyway, and I push it right. I mean, they get it right then. And I have a record on the hashtag. You can see it. Anyways, it's called Recent Numbers, and it keeps track of all the new people that I get. So anyway, then what? Okay.
So section 1 is for people you want to book. And you guys, you'll have names and numbers in there of people that don't even know they're on there. You might go lady next door with the blue van. You may not even know her name, but you put her in there so it'll help you remember. Who knows what's in this? Lori, what's in the second section?
And the second section is faces that you've done. Okay.
So since July 1st.
Yep. July 2025 faces is what mine says. Okay. And then the third one is people you want on your team. Oops. So, and my list is going to get longer, but anyway, there's where.
So let's do a quick count up. So how many of you consultants have your 3-subject notebook? I know Janine does. I know Connie does. Carrie does. Jermaine, I know you did it because you got it the next morning and sent a picture of it to me. Okay. So all of you who did that, who has at least 20 names on page 1? Who has at least 20 names or more on page 1? Connie, you do. Congratulations. Anybody else have at least 20 names of people they want to book? Jermaine, you do as well. Good job. Anybody else have at least 20 or more names? So what I will tell you guys with that is sometimes you've got 30. Nice. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you guys, like for somebody like Carrie and Connie, those of you guys who are more seasoned, this isn't about you taking necessarily leads off your PCP list. But there could be. I mean, you might just say, I want to jumpstart my business. I want to book 5 really strong parties. I'm going to pick the 5 customers that have spent the most money with me this year because you know that they're going to hold. So you have 3-section binder with paper. Nice. Well, that's what matters, Pa. Okay, so who has at least 5 faces done so far for July? Has anybody done 5 faces or more for July? Lori has. Anybody else done at least 5 faces? Okay, who's all right? So you guys, that's something we really want to work on. I know the year just started, we had a holiday weekend. I totally get it. But I want to challenge you guys to make sure that, because I'm going to tell you, if you want to make money in this business, this isn't magical. There's absolutely nothing magical. It's 100% mathematical. If you put the product on 30 faces in a month, it's called a power start, and you're going to hear a video in just 1 second. Everything will come from that. So section 1, who you want to book, who you want to facial. Section 2, who you have facialed. And you can literally put a little line through their name. Don't scratch it completely out and then just move into the next section. And that'll be very helpful when it comes to PCP enrollment, which is starting the middle of this month, because then you'll know who do I need to add. And then section 3, here's the deal with my section 3 list. All the women, I have over 22 women on that list. 20 of them don't know they're on that list. What does that mean? I haven't brought up the fact that I want them in Mary Kay yet. I'm just going through my customer profiles and going, I want her. It's like if I was like hiring, like if I was a store hiring, because I kind of am, I'd say I want to hire her. She's kind of negative. I'll leave her as a customer, whatever. And I handpick who I want on my team. They may all say no to me, but I'm going to get really good at asking by me asking that many people, right? And you never know who they're going to know. So, all right. So how many of you guys would like to strengthen your booking skills? You just want to just take it up a notch. You want to be able to have that confidence where you're saying to yourself, you know what? There's nobody I can't book. How many of you would love to just up your game for booking? A lot? Okay. So I'm going to share with you a very special video from Karen. Hold on 1 second. I will post this video. Whoops, sorry. I will post this video. That is not the video. It goes under emails. It's right. It should already be pulled up. There it is. Okay. All right, so let me go in here and now share sound. You guys are probably going to want to have a little notepad to write with, because she's going to give you some really good ideas. This is a 12-minute video, so put all your questions written down as well, because then we'll answer. Oh my gosh, I got to share sorry guys, hold on. Got to share sound. All right, here we go.
Hi, welcome to Mary Kay Strong. So glad you're here. Today, we're coming together to talk about getting booked out, booking scripts and booking tools to help you fill up your date book. Okay, I can't wait to share with you on this topic, because I look back at the beginning of my career in Mary Kay, totally didn't know how to book. Now, keep in mind that was 30 years ago. We didn't have text, okay? I know, I'm old. So it was all phone calls. But what I learned very early on was that if I would spend 15 to 30 minutes a day making booking calls, I would have a strong business. Now, let me tell you why that made me Mary Kay Strong. Because so many times now I talk to consultants who make booking calls once or twice a month. How do you get strong at something if you only do it sporadically? I didn't realize it at the time that I was building my business in the early days, but that discipline to follow my coach, who said, if you make booking calls 15 to 30 minutes a day, you'll stay booked up. I didn't realize how pivotal that advice was. And it's just what I did. I did it 5 days a week. I was making booking calls 15 to 30 minutes a day. Now, there were also some coaching calls in there to my hostesses. There were also some career chat calls, getting those set up, some selling calls. But every day I was on my phone for 15 to 30 minutes a day. Now, I hope you hear that. Can you text? Absolutely. Do we text book? For sure. But I'm going to tell you, if you really want to be Mary Kay Strong, you will master the art of picking up the phone and calling people. Now, let me tell you why. First off, when you talk to somebody voice to voice, there's emotion. There's a sense of urgency. There's a whole lot more connection that goes on, so they can hear your emotion. It's not a text. Whenever Chuck talks about texting, he always says text doesn't convey tone. which can really mess up things a lot of times, right? So when I'm on the phone with somebody, they hear my voice, they hear my emotion, they hear me smiling. Another thing about being on the phone is it's much harder to say no voice to voice. They can ignore a text. They can even text you back and say no. But when you're voice to voice, it's much harder to say no. So when I'm making my booking calls, I do not leave the message on the phone. If they don't answer, I don't leave this long message about what I'm trying to book her with. I just say, hey girl, it's Karen. Can you give me a quick call? I have a question for you. And then I text the same thing. That's what I do to help facilitate her picking up the phone. And
did everybody write that down? Exactly what she said. I'm going to back this up a couple seconds so you can write that down.
Opinion of 30 women on our products in the next 30 days. Can I practice on you? Okay, it's that simple. And then she said,
okay, why do I think that didn't?
Yeah, you can practice on me. How about Thursday night? And I go, oh, thank you so much. Yes, that would be amazing. Look, I need 30 opinions. If you could get 2 or 3 girlfriends to join you, I'll give you a $50 shopping spree as my thank you for helping me reach my goal of 30 opinions. So I don't say the word party. I never say the word party. I might ask you as a consultant, do you have any parties booked or how did your party go? But that's terminology. It's not me trying to book somebody with a party. Why is that? Well, party makes people stress out. They think that we need 15 people there. They got to cook, they got to clean. Where are they going to do it? Who are they going to invite? A party in Mary Kay, if you look at the terminology of a party, is 3 people around the table. It doesn't have to be super big. In fact, my favorite parties are 5 to 6 people around the table. It's the best size. I can do it in an hour. I can close everybody. I can connect with everybody. It's a fast party. People love it. It's not super big. Okay, there we go. Hop. Now, how do I use Hop today? 30 years building my business. I say something like this. Hey girl, it's Karen with Mary Kay. I'm so excited. Mary Kay just came out with a brand new lineup of beautiful summer colors, and I need your help. Part of my training is to get the opinion on these new products of 30 opinions in the next 30 days. Could I practice on you? Now, Mary Kay's got new products out for the summer, some glam products. I'm not just going and doing the summer glam products. I'm still doing the full skincare, a CC cream, and then the summer color look using the new summer products. Okay. So I'm never doing just the new product. I'm always incorporating it into a makeover because that's where we build connection. That's where they try the products. That's where they buy sets. All the things happen when you share the full makeover, a skincare set, a foundation product, and a color look. Okay. So that's the Hop dialogue. All right. Now let me share with you really quickly where you can find that script. If you have my boards, you can go, if you've downloaded boards.com, if you go to your app store and download boards, it's the black and white. It's a white square with the black boards.
All right, you guys, so here's the deal. I will take all that off her boards, but if you click on her boards, they're not going to let you access mine for free. Then you have to go in and pay $59.99. So I will pull off all her scripts and I'll add them to my boards without you guys having to click on her stuff. So it doesn't cost you guys any money. Okay.
Thank you.
And then you can use my link that I'll send you if you don't already have it, and you'll click on Dream Givers Rock. All right. And then you're going to click on Booking Scripts and Tools. And here's the booking scripts. This is Hop right here. So you can copy and paste it right here. You can grab this whole script and send it out in a text message. Okay. So just grab the first part first, then the second part. So here's the Hop dialogue. But you know what I love about the Hop dialogue is that it's easy to remember. If you get nervous, if you get overwhelmed, you just have to get yourself back to help, opinion, and practice. Okay. All right. Now, here's the second booking script that I want to give you. It's not really a script. It's a booking equation, and I love it. Okay. Here's the booking equation. Anytime that you're going to talk to somebody about scheduling an appointment, a party, a makeover, whatever it is, there's 3 things that have to be a part of this booking conversation. Otherwise, it becomes very passive and nothing happens. I know this because I've done it and I've coached many people through it. I had a consultant call me years ago and she was so mad. I've called 10 people and no one will book a party with me. I was like, okay, calm down. What are you saying? She said to me, well, I don't know, just something like, you always look so great. I'd love to do a makeover on you. No sense of urgency. Not exciting, not asking for help. That she's not going to get any results. I asked her, well, what are they saying? She said, well, they're just saying I'm super busy right now, but maybe later. Okay. No sense of urgency. All right. So here's the equation. The equation is a specific goal, a specific deadline, and specifically what's in it for her. The goal, the deadline, what's in it for her. All right, let me take her script. You always look so great. I'd love to do a makeover on you. Now let's tweak it into this equation. Hey girl, you always look so great. I need your help. I have a huge goal. I have to pamper 4 more faces before Saturday night for my Mary Kay business. And I really could use your help. I'll give you a $20 gift card if you could be one of my faces. Can you help me? So the goal, 4 more faces. The deadline, Saturday night. What's in it for her? A $20 gift card. So whenever a consultant says to me, I'm just not getting anyone to book, I always say, what is the specific goal you're sharing with them? And they always laugh and they go, oh, you're right. We get passive. We get sloppy. We say things like, I'd love to do a makeover on you. Hey, you want to get together for a makeover? Because we think we're getting good at this now. I mean, you are, but you've got to be specific with a goal. Hey girl, I'm so excited. I have this huge goal in my Mary Kay business. I've got to practice on 15 faces before the 15th of this month. And I thought about you. Could you help me out? I have until the 15th. If you can help me, I'll give you a $20 gift card as a thank you. And then she goes, oh yeah, I could probably do the 11. And I'll say, awesome. Do you want to do 7 o'clock or 6:30? Let's do 6:30. Oh, thank you so much for being one of my 15. Look, if you can get me in front of 2 or 3 of your best girlfriends, I'll give you a $50 shopping spree. And she goes, really? I could do that? And I'll say, well, if you get me in front of 4 or more girlfriends, I'll give you a $100 shopping spree. So I kind of break it down in little pieces. Otherwise, I do the whole Mary Kay vomit thing where I just throw a whole bunch of words at her. I overwhelm her. Her hair's flying back from all my words. She's overwhelmed. She doesn't know what to say. So I just take my time and I walk her through little bits and pieces of it. Now, sometimes I hear consultants say things like, if you'll help me out, I'll give you a gift. What's the gift? Is it an eyeshadow or is it an eye applicator? Is it a charcoal mask or is it something really, really minimal? You don't know, and she doesn't know. The way you get her excited is when you tell her specifically. Now, I love to give a Mary Kay gift card because they can pick whatever. But there's been times that I've said, if you'll be one of my practice faces, you can choose a free lip color or a mascara from me as your gift. And then she goes, oh my gosh, I need a new lip color. And I'll say, great. Do you want a lipstick or a lip gloss? I love lip glosses. All right, I'll bring them all to you. You can pick out your favorite color. But let me just tell you, if you bring 2 other girlfriends with you, I'll give you a $25 shopping spree in addition to the free lip gloss. Okay, so be specific. What is the specific goal? What is the specific deadline? And what specifically are you giving her? It works. I promise. I promise it works. Now, I need you to get very clear on your goal. So when you start making booking calls, I used to always get out a little index card and I would just write out 2 or 3 bullet points of things I wanted to make sure I said. For you, I would say, write down the goal, write down the deadline, write down what's in it for her. Anything else that you want to call together, put it on that script and then start making calls. I typically go in my bedroom and I'll shut the door, or I'll sit in my car in the driveway when I get home and I'll make calls before I go into the house. I get into a place where I can be quiet with my calls and I can really focus. I love to do it around lunchtime. I love to do it around 5:30 to 7 at night. There's key times that I find work really, really well. And if they don't answer, I just text them and say, sorry, I missed you. I have a quick question. Can you call me back? And that's how I make that happen into a voice-to-voice call. Now, there's one more tool I want to talk to you about when we talk about getting booked up. So let me take you back to boards. And here we are in the Dream Givers Rock. We're underneath booking scripts and tools. And here is a bubble sheet. This is just a great tool that you can use while you're making calls to track how many calls you make. Now, typically, the average is 1 out of 5 people will book with you. So if you make 3 booking calls and they all say no, don't get discouraged. Just keep making calls. The numbers always work out. It's why we say that Mary Kay is not magical. It's mathematical. It's just calling enough people. It's asking enough people. So get that 3-subject notebook out, turn to the booking section and start making calls. Make a note, LM, left message, comma T, text. with the date. So you know exactly when you left them a message. And then if you've already listened to the other message on Mary Kay Strong, you know the numbers work out when you follow up. Now, here's the bubble sheet. Bubble sheet is something you can print out to just help you track how many calls you're making and what's happening. So first off,
that is already on our boards in a folder called Masters to Book, Sell, and Close.
You can write her name when you are like thinking you're going to call her. When you call her and you leave a message or a text, you can put a line through it. When you actually speak with her, make it an X. And when she says yes, you color it in. So you might say, I want to do a whole bubble sheet in 1 month. I've got a director friend that says, I'm going to do a bubble sheet in the next 2 days. There's I think there's like 63 spaces on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times. I think that's right. So how many calls will you make? It's all about the number of calls you make. And if you go back to my other winning equation, which was making 15 to 30 minutes of calls a day. This is when the spiral notebook, the 15 to 30 minutes a day, and the bubble sheet all come together to create Mary Kay Strong in your business. If you need this business to pay bills for you, if you need this business to release you from your job that doesn't bring you joy, if you'll tap into these basic skills and being consistent with them, you'll be shocked how Mary Kay Strong you get. All right, it's time for you to Vox, your sales director. Give her feedback, ask her questions, tell her you learned all about booking, share with her about the HOP dialogue, share with her about the winning booking equation, share with her the
All right, you guys, we were going to try to do some role play, but I don't know if we're going to have time. Melanie, do you want to share your one tip though about when you did that event that was 2 days and some people you texted right away and some you didn't and kind of what happened? Can you share that real quick? You're muted, babe. You're muted.
Yeah, I went in the other room and was making some noise and realized I was not muted at the time. So I came back and muted real quick. I'm going to fold this over because this is your same lead sheet. So I'm covering up. But so I have 80 leads that I got from an event, and I took all of the little cards and transferred the names to the lead sheet, and then I started calling them in order from the lead sheet. Well, so pink means they were booked. So just take a look. Here's the first page where I called soonest, and then as it got a little bit later, fewer pages and fewer bookings. And here was my last page. It was 2 days later, 1 booking. So that's just within 24 hours, you're going. And it was a 2-day event. So I started calling. It was a Saturday, Sunday. I started calling on Monday. So the first group got called 24 to 48 hours, depending on which day they dropped their lead in their guest in the jar. But by the 3rd day, not as many people were responding. So it's just, time is of the essence.
Great visual.
Yeah, I thought that was really helpful because when I looked back at it, I went, whoa, it made a difference. So
you're saying before you called them though, you texted them, right?
Yes, I did text them first. So and I marked on there who I texted, and then some of them replied to the text because the first text was, hey, it's Melanie from Comic Con. Guess what? You were my winner. And I had different levels of winners, but you're a winner. I just want to make sure I have the right number. Is this your number? And so then some of them would respond back to me then, and then I would, when's a good time? Because I want to give you details about what you want.
But from what you told me today, if I'm not mistaken, is that some you called that night and you had a really high response rate, but then the rest that you waited until Monday to text, your response rate was less than half.
Yeah, it dropped. I mean, as each day went on, it dropped.
Yeah, so reaching out is key. All right, so what were your greatest takeaways when you guys heard Karen Rydell's thing? I love when she said 15 to 30 minutes a day is what makes you an expert, right? Taking that time. And so what I'm doing is I'm going back to what Mary Kay asked all the directors to do way back in the day was the first hour of every day, we do our personal business. So I've now gone into my office from 9 to 10 every morning. I don't take an incoming unit call. I don't answer the phone of my national calls, only if my kids call, but that's an emergency. But basically from 9 to 10 every morning, I'm personally booking. because I get a lot of voicemails or whatever. What was your greatest takeaway? What was anybody unmute yourselves really quick and tell me what was the thing you either got out of it or you're going to implement?
The hop
Okay.
and the
Makes it
booking
simple.
equation. Yeah.
Yep. Great, Connie. Thanks for that. Anybody else? What was your greatest takeaway?
Diane, can I say something
Yes.
while there's a lull? You mentioned PCP. It normally starts in the middle of the month, but it actually started July 1st to August 1st.
Well, then it didn't start till July 17th.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Somebody sent me something today. Okay, so July 1st. Okay, so the PCP enrollment's already open. Thank you for that. And preferred customer program. You guys be really, really careful not to use the initials PCP when you're on Facebook because they banned and shut my website down for 30 days. They thought it had to do with drugs. So make sure you call it the preferred customer program on your sites or they will shut you down. Thank you for that, Connie. Okay, anybody else? What was your greatest takeaway? New people, Marcia, Pa, reach out. Carrie. Carrie, are you laughing at what happened to me? Don't even go there. They turned me in. It was just like, really?
Ah, that's so funny. I like the specific time. I find that lunch or after because most people work. So if you call them, I mean, I've had a lot of people where I've called them and they actually answer the phone, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
Okay.
You don't expect them to, but they do.
Okay. So you're saying that you like the fact that you mentioned a specific goal and a specific deadline, that one?
The time to call.
Okay. So
See,
setting aside that time.
at lunch when they're on lunch or after work is that's when a lot of people tell me to call them.
Okay.
Not that that's the easiest because that's when we're always working, but there you go.
Okay. That's a great takeaway. Anybody else? What was your greatest takeaway from what you heard? How about some of you new people? Marcia, Pa, is HB, is that Hilda Banks? I don't know who HB is.
I think it is.
Maybe it's Hilda. Anybody else? What was your greatest takeaway? Yes, go ahead, Melanie.
I loved what she said, and this applies to everything. How do you expect to be good at something if you only do it sporadically? If you want to be good at it, you got to do it continually. Do it every day, even a little bit, 15 minutes, 5 calls, but you got to do them every day.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Takeaways?
HB.
Great, Pa, Marcia. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just kind of, I've been busy all day on a funeral.
It's okay, babe.
Yeah, I'm in the bed here.
What was your greatest takeaway, Hilda?
I like the specific goals, how you actually would, the booking equation. Yeah, how you actually, because I never thought about that. And that puts extra thought in my head now when I'm talking to someone. Okay.
Nice. Anybody else? Lori, are you waving your hands?
Well, I will pop in. I was trying not to talk all the time. Just easy for me to do. It's I always think of it as the what is in it for me or what is in it for her. So just I need to remember that part. What is she going to get out of it? So it's the last point, and I think it's probably the most important point. What's in it for her? WII. What is in it? Anyway, the acronym. What is it?
WIFM. What's in it for me? Yeah. Thank you for that, Lori. Anybody else? Pa? Anybody new? Oh, go ahead, Melanie.
Oh, I was going to say along that line, I loved how she broke it down. I'm going to give you can choose a lip gloss or a mascara. And then if she's excited about that, then go into the next one. And it's like, and if you have 2 friends join you, you can get a $25 gift card on top of the lip gloss or mascara. And if someone say, well, then I don't know who would join me or whatever, you might suggest a few, but if they're like, nope, I just want it to be me, then you move on to, but if they say, oh yeah, I could probably get, so-and-so and so-and-so. And then you go, well, if you get 6, have 6 people join you. I just love the layers that she gave. And she didn't throw it all out there at one time. it was part of the process, you know, seeing where they are coming into it and where they're buying into it. So
nice. Anybody else? Quick takeaway, super quick. I liked her analogy of the two things when she said, like with the makeover contest, oh my gosh, you know, we've got this makeover contest. I'd really love to enter you. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm really busy, Diane. I'll get back to you. And then you literally made a phone call and you didn't get a booking. But instead to say, oh my gosh, I need to have 10 entries by the 20th, and I would love one to be you. Can we do it this date before the 20th? This is what's in it for you. I'll give you a 20, you know, like the three things she said: specific goal, specific deadline, and what's in it for her. And she said, be really clear on your goal. I also love when she said, it's not a long message. Remember, she talked about that. She left that voicemail that says, hey, it's Karen with Mary Kay. I've got a quick question. Can you give me a call back? And then she hangs up. No, blah, 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 like on and on and on. Okay, so I'm going to do something very spur of the moment. Carrie McCurdy is in second month DIQ. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so who is Bailey? Is that, whose unit is Bailey in? Bailey, who's your director, babe?
Oh, Pa's daughter.
Nice. Yay. Okay, so we're going to do kind of a little booking relay. Carrie, you're going to get a booking. As soon as you get a booking, you're going to text Lori Lagerstrom, a director. Lori, as soon as you get a booking, you're going to text Melanie. Melanie, as soon as you get a booking, you're going to text me, and I got to get a booking. Okay. And then we will post that. On the other team, Connie, you're going to go first. Okay. As soon as you get a booking, Connie, you're going to text Pa, and I'll give you her phone number. And then Pa, as soon as you get a booking, you're going to text Marcia, who's back in North Carolina. You guys are just going to book like one face. Marcia, as soon as you get a booking, I'll give you Janine's number. You're going to so it'll go Marcia. It'll go to Janine, and you could book somebody for an event. It could be something virtual. And then I will do Hilda, and then we'll do Jermaine. And so you guys have the next couple of days. So you don't want to wait. You want to get your booking done. So for example, Carrie has to go first. Well, Lori doesn't have to wait for Carrie to call her. Lori can get a booking tonight. So when Carrie tags her, Lori's already done. She's like, I already got my booking, and she'll tag Melanie. And then Melanie already has her booking, then Melanie's going to tag me. Does that make sense? Okay. So on the other team, we're going to start with, I chose you to start with, correct, Connie? So Connie, you're going first. And then who are you tagging? Pa? No. You are. You're going to tag Pa. And then Pa is going to tag Marcia. Correct? And then Marcia's going to just text me. As soon as you get a booking, text me, and I'll text you who the next person is on the chain. Everybody who gets a booking on that entire chain will get a prize for me. Okay. And you don't want to let the rest of the team down. So I need everybody to just basically get a booking. So when the person tags you, you can say, I'm already done. Okay. So we've only got until Friday to get all of these booked. So don't wait for the person ahead of you to tag you. If you aren't even sure who's ahead of you, don't worry about it. I wrote it down. So just get a booking, use Karen's script. This video will be posted tonight. And I want to tell you guys, I'm super excited because when you order 600 wholesale for the month, you have to do it 2 months in a row to get the price from Mary Kay. But I called 5 consultants in my unit, both seasoned and new, and they all agreed they wanted business supplies. So as soon as you do your 600 order for the month, or cumulative 600, you're going to get organza bags, samples, everything to help promote your business. So you'll be able to promote your business even better. Okay. They're called marketing hacks. They're super fun. All right, you guys, thanks for being on. Remember, we have a bronzer event. So if you guys can book somebody to jump on your bronzer event, get them on there. Lori, are you waiting? Because I'm forgetting something.
No, I'm saying goodbye.
Oh, all right. Bye, everybody. Congratulations, Carrie McCurdy. I believe you were Queen of Sales, finishing second month in a second month DIQ. Cannot wait to go to seminar with all of you guys. Thanks for being on tonight, everybody. Go get a booking.